Hey there, small business leaders. Let's be honest. Just hearing the words agency inspection often sends a shiver down the spine. OSHA, the state environmental regulator, the local fire marshal, a surprise visit from any of them can make you feel like you're taking a pop quiz you didn't study for, loaded with potential fines, stress, and even operational shutdowns. You've poured your soul into building your business, creating jobs, and serving your community. The last thing you need is a compliance headache that derails everything. You've probably heard stories or even had a less than stellar experience yourself, and now you're wondering how to avoid that nightmare scenario. I hate to break it to you, but most small businesses approach inspections all wrong. They react, they scramble, and they often end up paying the price. But it doesn't have to be that way. My name is Denise, and for over 2 decades, I have been in the trenches helping businesses navigate these exact challenges, preventing costly mistakes, and building robust environmental and safety compliance programs. I've seen firsthand what works and, most importantly, what doesn't. And in this video, I'm pulling back the curtain to give you my small business prep guide for agency inspections. This isn't just theory. These are practical strategies that I've seen in the best-in-class businesses. They use them to turn inspection anxiety into confidence. And stick around, because I'm going to share one crucial pro tip that most companies dismiss, but it can make all the difference. So with that, let's get into it. First things first, let's pull back the curtain on what an agency inspection actually is and it isn't. It's typically a compliance check driven by regulations to ensure workplaces are safe and environmentally sound. Agencies like OSHA, EPA, state environmental departments and commissions are there to ensure that you're meeting your legal requirements. They'd actually prefer to see voluntary compliance than to issue citations. Inspections are usually not a witch hunt. Your regulators are simply looking for evidence that you're trying to do the right thing and that you have the right systems in place. So, how does this help you? By understanding their goal, you can align your preparation. They're usually looking for 2 main things: documentation and observable conditions. These are the very same items I was looking for when I was doing site visits as an environmental inspector for a local regulator some years ago. Take a moment to think about the most common agencies that might visit your type of business. Maybe it's OSHA for worker safety, or your state environmental agency if you have an air quality permit, or you have waste management, or maybe it's the local fire marshal. Maybe it's FDA or the local health authority if your business deals in food and beverage. Knowing your typical scope will help you focus. For example, if you're a small manufacturing plant, OSHA will likely focus on machine guarding, lockout, tagout, and chemical safety. If you're a detailing shop, an environmental inspector might be looking at your waste disposal or your chemical storage. Do a quick internal check. Are you clear on which regulations actually apply to you? Finding perspective during this initial step is absolutely crucial. When you fully comprehend the inspector's actual purpose, the fear will start to dissipate. It stops being a vague threat and it becomes a manageable process for you. This insight is your foundation, setting you up for the proactive steps that follow. In most instances, the first thing the inspector will want to see is your paperwork. Your documentation is your tangible proof that you're following the rules. I often told sites that I inspected that the site conditions, which we'll talk about in the next section, can be somewhat subjective depending on the person inspecting. But paperwork deficiencies, those are black and white, and they are very easy to prove in court. Your story is told through your records. If you don't have them or they're a mess, you are immediately on the back foot. It isn't about just having a binder. It's about having the right binder that's organized and ready to go. So what paperwork are we talking about here? Think OSHA 300 logs, EHS meeting minutes, your training records with sign-in sheets, inspection logs, permits, monitoring results, SDS sheets for all your chemicals, and all your written programs and plans. So like lockout tagout or your SWIP, stormwater pollution prevention plan, if you have one. The key here is organization and accessibility. Don't just have files scattered everywhere. Designate a single, easy to access inspection binder for each agency, or have a clearly marked digital folder for each agency. Then be sure to keep it current. For example, if you just had a safety meeting, file those minutes immediately. If you replace a chemical, update it in your SDS binder. Additionally, you want to conduct a quarterly mock documentation audit to ensure all documents and records are accounted for and up to date. Having your documentation in order shows diligence and competence. It builds immediate trust with the inspector and can significantly shorten the inspection process. And let me let you in on a little inspection secret. You want to get the inspector in and out as quickly as possible. Why? The more time they have to spend on the site, the greater chances they will find a violation. Having well-organized paperwork helps to streamline the inspection process, making it easier to get through and wrap up the agency's review. This isn't just busy work. Your efforts here are tangible evidence of your commitment to compliance and robust safety and environmental protections. So, now you see how essential having your documentation dialed in is. It's your undeniable proof of compliance. But if the thought of wrangling all of that paperwork feels overwhelming, don't sweat it. I've distilled years of expertise into an easy-to-follow guide, simple EHS compliance for small businesses. It covers all the core elements you need to get your compliance program up and running smoothly. It's free, and the link to download it is right there in the video description. After the paperwork, the inspector will want to see your operation. What they observe on the shop floor or in your facility speaks volumes. Good housekeeping, properly maintained equipment, and visible control measures create an immediate impression of a well-managed, compliant workplace. Conversely, obvious safety and environmental hazards are red flags that can quickly extend an inspection and lead to findings. This is about proactive tidiness and visible compliance. Think beyond just clean. Before a visit from OSHA, ask yourself, are your aisles clear? Are chemicals properly labeled and stored? Are machine guards in place and functional? Is PPE readily available and being used correctly by employees? Ahead of a visit from your environmental regulator, you should ask things like, do you have off-site tracking of materials? Are visible emissions coming from your stacks or equipment? Is your secondary containment in place and maintained? Is the work site free of spills and leaking equipment? Are your waste bins or dumpsters overflowing or left open? You should conduct regular walkthroughs yourself, looking at your operation through an inspector's eyes. Don't wait for a special occasion to do this. For instance, make it a habit to do a quick 10-minute threat hunt once a week, just observing. Address any immediate issues you find. This regular vigilance on your part makes a huge difference. Then turn your focus towards preventing reoccurrences. This physical readiness is a critical element of your prep guide. It tells the inspector visually that you take compliance seriously. A well-maintained and orderly workplace not only reduces the chance of citations, but it also fosters a safer, more environmentally friendly, more efficient operation for your employees every single day. A clean, organized facility screams confidence to an inspector, and it's a huge step toward avoiding those red flags. To make those essential walkthroughs foolproof, I've created something special for you. My quick 16 walkthrough inspection templates. These templates give you clear step-by-step checklists, one for your environmental checks and one for your safety reviews, to ensure that you don't miss a thing. Grab them for free. You'll find the download links in the description below. Next up is that crucial pro tip I promised, and it's where many small businesses miss the mark. Your employees are your front line, and how they interact with an inspector can significantly impact the outcome of your inspection. They are the ones who do the work and know the real world conditions. Their answers or lack thereof can either confirm your compliance or highlight gaps. You need to empower your employees to respond appropriately to the inspector's queries. First, ensure that they receive regular, effective EHS training and that it's documented. Don't just check a box here. Ensure they understand the requirements, the risks, and the procedures that are relevant to their job. Second, coach them on how to interact with the inspector. Be honest. Don't lie or guess. Be direct. Answer your questions factually. Don't volunteer information. Just answer the questions asked. Refer to management if you don't know the answer, or if they're asked about a company policy or records. They should say, "I'm not sure. Let me get my supervisor or manager for that." But never argue or guess. Also, consider doing a quick informal mock interview with a few employees occasionally, asking basic safety questions that they should know. For example, what's the emergency exit route from your station? Or where do you dispose of cleanup materials if there's a spill? These sorts of exercises help to build confidence. This isn't about hiding anything. It's about ensuring accurate and consistent communication. A well-trained, confident employee who knows how to respond shows the inspector that EHS is integrated into your culture, and it's not just a set of rules for management. This crucial step minimizes misunderstandings and can significantly de-escalate potential issues. It's your secret weapon for a smooth inspection. The inspection isn't truly over when the inspector leaves. The follow-up phase is critical for demonstrating your commitment to compliance and learning from the experience. This is where you solidify gains and show continuous improvement. First, take detailed notes during the inspection. What was discussed, what was observed, and what documents were requested. And here's a pro tip. Take the same photos that the inspector does. Doing so creates a visual record capturing everything for future reference and training. If any findings or citations were issued, understand them completely. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Then respond to any requests for information or any corrective action plans promptly and thoroughly. Implement those corrective actions and document that you've done so. For instance, if a machine guard was missing, replace it, take a photo, and note the date. Then critically learn from the experience. Did a finding reveal a weakness in your training, a gap in your documentation? Use that to strengthen your overall program. Finally, implement a system to track all your corrective actions from start to finish. You can do this on an Excel spreadsheet or within a task management application. This final step transforms an inspection from a one-off event into a powerful catalyst for continuous improvement. By proactively addressing findings and refining your processes, you're not just avoiding future penalties, you're building a stronger, safer, and more resilient small business. This makes you truly inspection ready every day. See, agency inspections don't have to be a nightmare. By understanding their purpose, meticulously organizing your documentation, maintaining a visibly compliant workplace, empowering your employees with the right knowledge, and proactively following up, you can turn anxiety into absolute confidence. You're a small business leader. You're already resourceful and determined. Now you have the insights to tackle agency inspections head on, protecting your business's bottom line, your reputation, and your peace of mind. If you're running a small business and you're ready to dive even deeper into transforming your safety and environmental readiness, don't forget to visit the video's description for links to the free Simple EHS Compliance for Small Businesses ebook and the quick 16 walkthrough inspection templates that I mentioned earlier. You'll also find additional tools to help you along your journey. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more expert insights on environmental health and safety compliance, and share it with another small business owner who needs to manage their inspection fears. By the way, did you know that hazard communication is one of the standards OSHA cites the most during its inspections? The video on your screen can help you shore up your chemical safety program to avoid injuries and costly fines. If you're in doubt about the strength of your current efforts, you should definitely check it out. Stay safe, environmentally aware, and proactive and productive until next time. And I'll see you in the next video.